G'day everybody and welcome to the iDrewby Gamescast. This is just a very impromptu stream because, man, I want to jump straight into this and just discuss the, not really out of nowhere, there were leaks before, but we do have confirmation now that Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are coming to the eShop on Nintendo Switch. And I gotta say, I am very excited about it, but also a lot of conflicting feelings that I want to talk myself through and see if anybody out there feels the same way I do. I'm sure there are, but very exciting nevertheless. We've wanted this for a long time. Older Pokemon games to come to Switch. And it's many years later. It's 2026. We've got the Switch 2. But we are finally getting Game Boy Advance games on the Switch. Hey guys. Big shout out to Dolphin Pants and Zach for joining us. Pokemon. Maybe I will. Appreciate you guys being here. Before we'll just start off the conversation with just what I think about Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, because they are very important games in my Pokemon journey. I absolutely love them. They were my first journey through the Kanto region. I didn't play Red, Blue, or Yellow first. It was Pokemon Fire Red. It was after my journey through the Holland region in Pokemon Sapphire. And I remember the lead up to this game because, you know, with Pokemon Sapphire, it was the whole excitement about getting a new system and all that, just enwrapped in it. But I remember doing jobs around the house to save up the pocket money. I remember raking leaves and just doing things like that. And thinking back to it, it's funny. Like I remember working hours for $10 towards getting the game and looking at Cerebi.net every day. Like this might have been the start of my obsession with keeping up with things online and making sure, I get all the information, going to the computer lab in 2003 and 2004, just all the updates. And it takes me back to a time where Australia got games much later than America even, especially Japan. Like the wait was crazy. I remember this game in particular, it was in the US for a couple of months before. It was an agonizing wait, it really was. But yeah, very important games to, my Nintendo obsession, my gaming obsession, and of course Pokemon itself. But the remakes themselves, just really great. Just, I love the art style still. It still holds up wonderfully. And the Sevi Islands were fantastic. I don't know. I'm very nostalgic about these. We'll talk about it as we go. But as you can see here, if you're on YouTube, it's on the... Here it is. Pokemon Fire Red, the English version. $30 Australian, and we'll jump into what it is. Just reading the chat here. If they let you do special events like getting Deoxys, similar to how Crystal on 3DS lets you get Celebi, yes, that would be great. Because, yeah, as a kid, those events were out of reach, especially for us here in Australia. Couldn't quite do it, especially for something like Deoxys, where it's like, come on, man. I want Deoxys. And Zach says that would make this a lot more worthwhile IMO. Definitely. Drops after direct. How exciting! Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be very cool. I hope they do add things like that. That's something I want to touch on here. But all right, let's get into what this actually is. So of course, it's Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. You can get them in multiple languages. If I just go back here in the eShop, you can see that it's in French, Dutch, Italian, and Spanish. And of course, it's it's across 2 versions. So it takes up 10 spots on the eShop, which is interesting. We haven't really seen that. But if you go into the description, it does mention that is because the original game obviously was printed on Game Boy Advance carts and now specialized for each region. So I guess that's fair enough in some ways. I feel like they could have just put the multiple versions of the ROM into one file. But alas, that's not what it is. All right, so reading from the description on the eShop, immerse yourself in the adventure once again in Pokemon Fire Red version. The thrill of the Kanto region as well as familiar Pokemon are just as you remember them, with updated graphics compared to the original Game Boy title. The Sevi Islands, not present in Pokemon Red version, have also been added, greatly expanding the areas you can explore and the scope of your adventure. Some excitement doesn't fade no matter how many years pass, whether it's choosing your first partner Pokemon, confronting a sinister organization, or encountering a legend. The world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! So it makes it sound very exciting. I do like, though, how they say, like, familiar Pokemon just as you remember them. Like, yes, they have not changed this whatsoever. So yeah, really not much to it. I did find interesting, though, if you go down on this page and you go down to the publisher, obviously the publisher is Nintendo, you go view software by a publisher, no other Nintendo games pop up except for Pokemon. That's interesting. I went to some other Pokemon titles and I pressed on Nintendo of the publisher on the eShop, and it brought us to all Nintendo games. But for some reason, when you press this one, it just comes up with 26 titles that are all Pokemon games. Don't know. I just found that strange on the eShop. And also something else here that is interesting is that the cloud data, once again, for the Pokemon titles is not supported. So a little bit frustrating, but that's so you can't dupe your Pokemon and send them to Pokemon Home. Speaking of which, there is Pokemon Home support. It's going to be coming later. Don't think it's mentioned here. Oh, we've got some more pre-order. Okay. Okay, that's just pre-order stuff. Cool. So, yeah, Pokemon Home support. I think that's a decent feature. Obviously, you can download and play the original title on your Game Boy Advance, but it won't have Pokemon Home compatibility. So that'll be something new in this. You can go through Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green and put them into Pokemon Home. I think that's going to be pretty fun. And what will actually make it even more special is if eventually, hopefully, what I'm hoping throughout this year is if they add other Pokemon games to Switch. So you can do Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, even going to the DS. That'd be fantastic with Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And even if they want to do Black and White too, that'd be very cool as well. So that's what I'm sort of hoping for the future of this, is just that for them to go further. But I guess starting with just how I feel about it. I feel good about it. I've been wanting this for a long time. And it is not a surprise whatsoever. We didn't think that these games were going to be coming to Nintendo Switch Online with the Game Boy Advance service. It probably just wasn't really on the cards. Just because Nintendo, the Pokemon company, Game Freak, know exactly what they have here. They have an extremely nostalgic game. People are going to pay for it. And just from my quick time online this evening, just seeing people's reaction to this, that was exactly what people were saying. Like, very much just whether they were talking about the price, whether they were talking about it not being included in the subscription they're paying for, whatever have you, people are just excited to have access to these games on Switch. And even me, where I have the original cartridge in my drawer, I have a Game Boy Advance in my drawer. I have other devices that I have Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on. But there is something special about it being like released and on Switch, and people are all going to be playing it at the same time. It's going to be good fun. I look at the price tag here, $30. $30. Whew, that's pushing it. Especially if you're somebody who's like, oh, I want to get Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's like, yeah, $60 just for literally a ROM. Nothing else done to it. I guess, like you mentioned, Dolphin Pants, if you can get Deoxys, if you can send your Pokemon to Pokemon Home, it does have wireless trading and battling locally. So that's pretty cool. I think that's going to be a big thing for the game. Just obviously, you want to be able to trade and battle and all that in the Pokemon game. You don't want to be locked off. Depending on what emulator you're playing on, you might or might not be able to do that, depending on what device you're playing on. But for the most part, I think you are actually able to do it on most of these other devices now. But it's a little bit more of a pain in the bum to try and figure it out. It's at least a Google search to try and figure that out. One thing I am disappointed about, though, just like on the negative side of it. So yes, it is just a ROM dump. Hopefully we do get some events. Hopefully, I don't know if it looks better or whatever have you. Hopefully we get that. But just the whole thing of if this was like a physical game you could pick up, that would be really special. Like a physical Switch game with a special edition, maybe a 30th anniversary book or booklet, art book, amiibo, whatever have you, whatever comes with it. That would be really cool. I know Zach, he put in the Homestead a link to like I think it must have been a Japanese special edition, and that looks cool. But it just comes with download codes. It was obviously Japanese only, so it would be a bit of effort for us to go and get. Yeah, it just feels like this is just the bare minimum, the absolute bare minimum, and the games hold up. They're fantastic, but at the same time, it's just like, man, I wish there was that special edition. I wish they even went into the game and just made it widescreen. Maybe even added content to it, like 30th anniversary content. Maybe a like a 8th island on the Sevi Islands where you can catch Pokemon from generations that happened after Generation 3. There's lots of things they could do. Like, there's very talented people in the ROM hacking community that have done tremendous and amazing things, whether it is making their own Pokemon games, but also just enhancing and putting new features into like these existing games, like playing Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, for example. That was a pretty major revamp to the graphics, but just adding new Pokemon and that to the existing Hoenn region was really great. And yeah, I mean, the ROM hacking scene for these Generation 3 games is just really special. So it's easy to sort of have that raise my expectations, but man, these are people just in their free time, just tinkering on their computer and like the Pokehex editor and all this type of things. Like, it's just crazy. So yes, I don't know. Maybe that's a good reason to expect more from the Pokemon company to get my $30, but it doesn't really matter. People are excited. It's good. Just looking back in the chat. So yeah, Dolphin Pants are Joy-Cons colored to match the games. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want Switch 1 Joy-Cons, but yeah, that would be cool. Switch 2? Would I get a Fire Red Leaf? Yes, I would. Of course I would. Oh, Luke. How you going, dude? How long will I get out of these without completing the Pokedex as you can't? I think you will be able to, Luke, because I think it does have wireless trading. I did read that. I didn't read it here, but I read it in the post. And, well, it'll tell us right here. Number of players, local wireless, 2 to 5. So, yes, you can play. So, you will be able to do the Pokedex. The main story, I'd say about 15 to 20 hours, like going at a relatively slow pace. So, yeah, I mean, you'll get plenty of time out of it. Like, realistically, the idea of it being just a Game Boy ROM dump for $30, it's like, man, that sounds a bit rough. But if you're looking for time to money, like in that equation, like $30 for like an RPG, it's like, well, you can justify it if you haven't played it before. If you haven't played it before, Luke, is the Trainer Tower good? Man, I can't remember the Trainer Tower. Does Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green have a Trainer Tower? I can't remember the Trainer Tower at all. I remember the Trainer Tower in Ruby Sapphire Emerald, just above Morville City, but I don't remember a Trainer Tower in this game. That might be a good one to search up. But what I'm hoping from this is that it's like, cool, Fire Red Leaf Green. If this is just a one-off this year, obviously the original region, Kanto, 30th anniversary, here's a ROM dump of the game. So, sweet. That's it. What I'm really hoping is this is the start of a rollout throughout the rest of 2026. That, they are announcing this now. We'll get to Pokemon Day. They'll say, all right, Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green out now. And coming in April, Ruby Sapphire Emerald, maybe all at the same time. Don't know if they'll put that at the same time, but at least just Ruby and Sapphire. But maybe Emerald the month after, 2 months after. Then Diamond Pearl, Platinum, Black and White. I think like those within this year, that would be something to be excited about. Like have a full year of exploring these older nostalgic regions that we haven't explored in a long time. So that is personally what I'm hoping for, because the games I truly want to have on my Switch is Ruby Sapphire Emerald. That is what I feel super nostalgic about. But only a little bit behind that is these games. So I'm hoping it will turn out good. Dolphin Pants. I mean, we are getting the GameCube Pokemon games that talk to the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Yes, you're right. You are very right. That's another thing I was thinking, like, are we getting a drop of Pokemon Colosseum? Is it next week? It's 20th, yeah. Yeah, so next week. Fingers crossed for that. That is a Pokemon game I haven't played. Like, I've played it, but I haven't played it all the way through. I've got it on GameCube. I've emulated it multiple times, but that'll be another game that I'm very excited to be able to go into and actually play. But you are right that I do hope that they have really found a way to implement just connection between those games, because if you emulate those games on Windows or Android, there are ways to link up your save file to actually do that compatibility. I do wonder if they'll be able to do it when Pokemon Colosseum is in the GameCube Nintendo Switch Online app. So will a standalone app, say Pokemon Ruby, be able to talk to the Nintendo Switch Online save? That feels like something that feels a little bit hard for Nintendo. I don't know. But I would love to see that. If you have if they do Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and they can't talk with Pokemon Colosseum on the same system, that'll be pretty frustrating. So yeah, hopefully they do that. I would also be keen for Soul Silver and Heart Gold to release app that is the new Pokewalker. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of these Pokemon games have functionality outside of the games themselves. So this is a good opportunity for Nintendo to bring a lot of these things forward, because yeah, you can play Heart Gold, Soul Silver other ways, obviously on DS still, but as far as I know, it probably doesn't work with the Pokewalker. It is funny because like there are so many excellent devices that do this. Like for example, where is it? Have I got it up? Yeah. So this for example is the AYN Thor, and I thought just for shits and gigs, just pull up Pokemon Fire Red. This thing's amazing. It's got retro achievements, save states, all of the stuff you won't be getting from the official version that you buy, which is something. I don't know. I'm just someone like myself. I'm very ingrained in the retro handheld community, so I love these devices, trying out new ones, trying out different games from the whole swath of Nintendo's history and PlayStation, Sega as well. I really enjoy all these different devices, and the AYN Thor, for example, I absolutely love that device and fell in love with retro achievements and these different things that emulation gives me. So that's also why I look at these versions here and I'm like, I kind of prefer to play it somewhere else. I just get more for it. Get your fast forward and everything as well. Maybe they'll add a rewind feature. No. They won't. They definitely won't. I can tell you that right now. And that's probably another reason why this won't be included in the Nintendo Switch Online app. Because I don't know if you remember with the 3DS, the virtual console on there was obviously the Game Boy Color, and there wasn't Game Boy Advance, was there? Apart from just the 10 Ambassador games. But games on there, you could do save states and all that type of thing. On the bottom screen, that's where your menu was. And when the Pokemon games come out, that was all stripped out of it. So no save states, none of that. So I assume the Pokemon company, they don't want you doing save states. They don't want you doing fast forward. They don't want you saving it to the cloud to delete a save and copy Pokemon when you send them to Pokemon Home and duplicate it that way. All of these benefits that we're used to when it comes to these games. Yeah, it's just not there, unfortunately. But yes, very exciting nevertheless. Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green coming out. I hope it leads to more. I hope that, but do get Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And I'm looking forward to having just a Pokemon-filled year, to be honest with you. And yeah, because when it comes to the celebrations, it's a lot of oh look, you can go to this amusement park in Tokyo. You can buy this mug. You can get this plushie. The Pokemon cards, we're doing a special 30th anniversary set that's going to be really popular with scalpers and make kids miserable. And like that's all cool. I love Pokemon. I wouldn't mind a plush, all that. But what really gets my gander going, what gets my guts bubbling, is Pokemon games. Give me the games, for goodness sakes. And there's so many people out there who don't want to muck around with ROMs and AYN Thors and all that, who just want to don't want to pay $200 for a cartridge. Because that's the only way you can get these games at the moment. And now you can just, I guess, $30 seems relatively cheap compared to how you could do it before. So yeah, no, it's very exciting. Very exciting stuff. I don't think I missed anything here. Just, whoa, where are we going here? We lost my spot. Yeah, pretty cool too. Xenoblade Chronicles getting a Switch 2 edition today. Nice. Who's playing that? Just going down my list here. It is crazy how it just dropped though. Like, did it leak and then they just had to start rolling stuff out, or did they always mean for it to come out a week early? I'm in the recent releases. That's what I want to know. Like, did they actually mean it to be announced now? Anything did I miss in here? Don't think so. Yeah, I wonder if we get like the Game Boy games. Obviously, they got released on 3DS, but they're now no longer available. Or will they come to the Game Boy app? Like, would they just resell the Game Boy Advance ones and put them in the app? Don't know. Got a lot of questions that I'm hoping for Pokemon Day. I think what I would love to see on Pokemon Day is information about a rollout for the brand new, I guess, brand new virtual console-like games. Like I said, Generation 10, I'd like to see it, but if it's not ready, don't show me. I'm not in a hurry. Game Freak, just cook that one. I know you're really all about reincarnation, but yeah, cook that one for as long as you can. I want it nice and crisp and toasty. And yeah, it should be good. All right. I think I've run out of things to say, but yeah, exciting stuff. Be covering this more on the House of Mario later in the week. And of course, when the actual Pokemon Presents happens as well. Be very cool. But yeah, I should tell you what. I don't need to jump off right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and play some ranked Mario Tennis while I'm here. Why not? Not too much because I don't want to ruin the VOD. But yeah, let's do that. All right, let's see if I can do it. I haven't played Mario Tennis for a couple of days, so let's jump into it here. Where are we going? Ranked match. Now let's hope my Switch actually holds up with the internet. It is in Ethernet mode. So hopefully that goes alright. Alright, stop recording there. So we do singles with Fever Rackets. And I like to play as Yoshi, red. Oh no, I don't want, oh no, I didn't want that racket. I does pick it like a bland, boring racket. Last time I played ranked, it was like laggy as hell. There's a bit of input latency here. Throw the ball.
Great drop shot. High ball. Was the plan to pierce the sky? Oh, an easy one. Great top spin. That's a high bounce. Wonderful.
Oh, I couldn't stop that. Should use mine too. Stuff, yeah. Oh, you missed an easy one, Rosalina.
All right, let's go. What a fun shot.
3,
I've really been enjoying this game. It's just like it's taken me by surprise how much I'm actually enjoying just picking it up and playing it.
Nice technique. Keep it going. A fever shot.
Ooh, can we get it?
Hit. Great on. Much power. Oh, an easy one. Great drop shot.
4-1.
Ooh, got a decent lead.
Can't take my eyes off this.
5-1.
Yeah, don't stuff up this lead. I've done it before.
What a fun shot.
Especially while we're getting a bit of lag.
6.
Hopefully it's all... They seem to be missing some pretty easy shots though, so hopefully it's all on their side.
Charged. High up. A deep hit.
Game, set, and
Cool.
match.
I just realized
Close.
the volume of this was way up, sorry. Do. Okay, is that better? Cool. Haven't really done much. I think we got back to like just where we started. Repeat search. Yeah, we'll do a couple of games of this, but then I'll jump off. My daughter's in bed, so I don't want to do like a super long stream just in case I have to jump off. I've got the Rayman 30th anniversary game to jump into tonight too. Been looking forward to getting into that.
Let's see how it plays out.
Bit of a documentary. I'll basically be just watching that.
Nice angle.
Oh,
0.
that's my fault, obviously.
Ready? Here's top spin. Great top spin.
1 all.
Body shot, nice.
Nice technique.
I need to use my fever racket. Oh, too late.
Keep it going. Oh-ho, tricky. It's just about time for a fever shot.
All.
Never give up. Give it your best shot. A fever shot.
Oh, what?
2.
What an
I went to the star and pressed the button and it just went over my head. Ooh, set him up.
fast shot.
4.
This guy's a bit better.
Here's top spin.
4-3.
We can still come back though.
All right, let's go.
5-3.
Nice shot. Keep it going. A great return. Smite.
6-3.
Be tough. Nice.
Match point.
Feel the lags get me a little bit, but I really don't want to be the person using that as an excuse.
Game, set,
Damn.
and match.
Damn, got smashed that one. Right after the last game made me feel good. Alright, we'll do a best of 3, so we'll do one more. We'll see how we go. Oh, all those points gone. That last win for nothing.
The match is starting. Let's see how it plays out.
Oh, on the server. No. Who's the server? Who's got the ball? I don't got the ball. You have the ball, Donkey Kong? Yeah, it's in your hand, you cheeky boy.
Great top spin.
1-0.
Strong bounce. Wonderful. Ready?
1 all.
So close. Nice angle.
2-1.
Oh, no.
Keep it going.
Don't put it in there.
3,
Oh.
1.
I got what I asked for, I guess.
Well done. All right, let's go. Great top
4,
spin.
1.
That's a high bounce. Ready?
4, 2.
We still could come back from this.
4, 3.
Never give up.
Keep on forgetting about my favorite shot sometimes.
5, 3.
Keep it going. That button sap your strength. Oh, an easy one.
Oh,
5, 4.
what happened there, Donkey Kong? What was that?
Ready? Great top spin. That's a strong bounce.
6, 4.
High bounce.
Match point.
Doesn't help that I didn't pick
This
a
could be the match
racket
point.
with an ability either.
6, 5.
Not giving up till
Match point.
We're only 1 point
on
behind.
the edge of my seat.
We're doing Donkey Kong.
6, all.
Whoa!
Didn't quite get there.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Oh, an easy one.
Advantage receiver.
We might get a comeback,
Match point.
which would make me be able to leave happy, but... Oh, no. Oh, no. I seem to be able to get them okay
Advantage serve.
when I'm just playing CPUs, but
Match point.
I can't get the reaction quick enough online.
That's a lot of
Oh, shit.
Oh, an easy one. Great top spin. That's a high bounce.
Game set.
Yes.
match. Receiver.
Quite get there.
Thank God for that. I don't have to look silly in front of all my friends. Well, we might end it there, guys. I do really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I just nice impromptu stream here, and just very impromptu Mario Tennis at the end. But oh, there's my desktop. Do you like my screensaver? It's very nice, isn't it? Got May here looking up at Rayquaza. Beautiful pixel art. Just wonderful stuff. But this is my dumb face. You can't look at it anymore. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, Dolphin Pants. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Luke. I haven't seen your face around here, Luke. So good seeing you, mate. But apart from that, thank you very much, and I'll catch you later.